Hey, what's up, VC? Coming at you again with my 7th video. Still talking about my record collection, the type of records that I collect, where I got them, and if I remember how much I paid for them. Now, I normally start off with my current purge pile, and I just want to tell you that I sold my last purge pile and I reinvested the money into some more albums. So I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of some of the stuff that I got. Maybe I'll talk about it in a later video, but as you can see, there's some heat there. I won't show the rest, I'll save some for later, but anyways, I'm going to start off with 2 albums that I've added to a purge pile, starting a new one, and the first one is Rough Edges by Benny King. This one I'm kind of having mixed emotions about. Because he does covers for Come Together by the Beatles, Don't Let Me Down by the Beatles, and In the Midnight Hour by Wilson Pickett, and they're amazing. The second side of this album is just insane. So, not sure if I'm keeping it or it's going. Next I have Gene Harris and the Philip Morris Super Band. This is big band. I took a gamble on it. I bought 5 records from a guy who was selling some out of his garage. He had 300 jazz records, all of them big band except for a few, probably the ones that I got. And amazing condition, minty. And I took a gamble on this because it had Ray Brown and Herb Ellis, and yeah, it's not what I'm into. So now I'm going to just show you a few records that I am keeping that are part of my collection. And first one is Thelonious Monk. This is the 2014 reissue of his 1951 album, Genius of Modern Music, Volume 1. It's a compilation on Blue Note, and I got this at the Cataraqui Mall. This record store just opened, and they must have lasted about 6 months. When I got it home, it was damaged from the packaging. So they did replace it. They were great, but it took about a month for them to replace it. Great album. Next is A World of Jazz, Gatefold, double LP. This one is a Blue Note compilation / Liberty Records and Pacific World Jazz. And it has players like Donald Byrd, Lou Donaldson, Jimmy Smith, Bud Shank, Horace Silver. Good stuff. Paid $2 for this at a thrift store, so definitely worth the money. Next, I'm going to show you an album that's kind of, I believe, probably would win the award for the cheesiest album cover, and that's Ronnie Scott's Quintet Serious Gold. Yikes. Do you see the black turtleneck? The good thing about this album, though, is it's amazing. It takes you on a mind trip. Definitely glad I'm keeping it. I got it for $1.99, and I added it to my purge pile a few times, but always, this is staying with me. Next, I have Jaco Pastorious, 1976 solo album, and this is amazing. It has Don Ellius and Herbie Hancock on pretty much every track. Jazz fusion at its finest. Amazing bass player. Great album. Next, I'm going to show you a group that Jaco Pastorious, this was the first time he was on a record with this group, and this is 1976 Weather Report, Black Market. I was given this as a gift from my sister-in-law's boyfriend. Great gift. Sounds amazing, and what can I say? Great jazz fusion there. And now, moving it up to 1984, Weather Report, Domino Theory. And this is super futuristic, funky, beautiful music. This was another gift, but this time from my father-in-law. So the two Weather Report albums that I do have been gifts. Lucky me. Next, I'm going to have a little bit of funk here. 1986 Prince, Parade. This is, well, it kind of is the soundtrack to his movie of the same title, and it's actually my favorite Prince movie, even above Purple Rain. And great music on this, super funky. Under the Cherry Moon sounds like it should be in a Tim Burton film. It's that moody and amazing. And I Wonder You, super funky. Prince is great. And this is a gold stamp promo. Next, Sly and the Family Stone, Small Talk. I got this at a little record shop. The guy gave it a try. He tried to sell records and vitamins in the same place. It didn't work. But I did end up paying $5 for this, and it is amazing. The first song trips my wife out because it's got this baby crying throughout. And it's just, but amazing. Next, I have a 2019 reissue, Parliament, Chocolate City. This is a tough one to get an OG of, and it's amazing. You got Bootsy Collins on this, Bernie Worrell, and funky, funky, funky. And sticking with Parliament Funkadelic, but this is a solo, Bernie Worrell, his first solo album, All the Woo in the World. And this is 1978 OG on Arista. And the word is that he didn't like this album, but I love it. And I know he's not the greatest technical singer, but when he sings, I love it. He's amazing. Next is, you know where I got this? An Urban Mission, Watertown, New York, 10 cents. Next, I got Midnight Stars Greatest Hits. Midnight Stars is one of those groups that I don't think I'll collect any of their solo albums, so it was great getting this. And it is brand new, super minty on Solar Records. I got this. This guy he advertised he had over 3,000 records, and yeah, I had to look through all of them, and I got this one, and Gerald Wilson, I think, was the other one, and paid $3 each. This I kept, Gerald Wilson I got rid of, but so worth it. Next, Shinehead, 1988, on Elektra. This is that reggae hip hop. My sister had this cassette, and we played the shit out of it. Gimme No Crack was his big video, his big single, and I got this for $1. And the music's amazing. He does a cover of Come Together. Well, he uses that in the chorus of the opening track called Unity, and amazing. So Chain Gang Rap was another video he had. Awesome album. Reminds me of my sister every time I hear it, so can't go wrong with that. Next, I'm going to show you 3 12-inch singles. First one is Too Short, 1992. I Want to Be Free. This, I believe, was from the Shorty the Pimp album. And this is just that slow funk, super funky groove. Too Short, telling stories. Amazing. And I got that at a vinyl show for, it was a fill a box for $5, so I put this in there. Next, I got this from a guy sold me his hip-hop collection, and he had a few 12-inch singles, and this is one of them. And it turns out this is my buddy Tim and I's, one of our best party songs. It's the Alkaholics Hip Hop Drunkies, and amazing song with ODB. This has Tash and J-Ro. Everybody holds their own on this, and just like Too Short, another West Coast jam. Next, from 92, like the Too Short album, is, you see that, House of Pain, Shamrocks and Shenanigans, Boom Shalakalak Boom. That's how the chorus went. You might remember that one. This is heavy. This is that early 90s hip hop. I love this group. Now I'm going to show you Madvillian. That's a joint album between MF Doom and Madlib, 2004. And this was an album that kind of got me back into loving hip hop. What's so cool about this is Madlib, he does all the beats for this, and there's no hooks. He'll either use just let the beat ride or samples, or but there's no hooks. And it's just underground hip hop with real lyrics. Doom tears it up, and I was just blown away by this album. Double LP on Stone's Throw Records, and I just love this album from start to finish. And I paid $11, including shipping, to Canada because the package was opened. Can't beat that. Next is a 90s classic, and for some of you, you might have got it like this if you remember the purple tape. Now it's part of the packaging here. And sorry, this thing is in there. All right. There we go. We got it out. Raekwon, only built for Cuban links. This one is 1995. The album, most tracks have Ghostface Killer on them. This is just amazing. And like that purple cassette, the vinyls are just a beautiful purple color. I mentioned before I was talking about my favorite Wu solo album. This isn't it. This is definitely a heavy contender. And you'll know the tracks Criminology, Incarcerated Scarfaces, Ice Cream. So many hit singles came off of this album. Classic. And for y'all who had it like this, you know. Alright, I'm going to end off with a couple jazz albums. This is Herbie Hancock, 1974 compilation called Treasure Chest. And this is from 3 albums, Fat Albert, Rotunda, Crossings, and Mawandishi, or I forget how it's pronounced, but amazing, spiritual jazz, just takes you on a journey. Love this. And it's a double LP. It's not supposed to be a gatefold, but that's why I only paid like $3 for this. And last is Tawhid, Pharoah Sandard. You want spiritual, you want to go on a journey, this is the one for you. This is a 1967 album. This is a re-release, and originally it was released on Impulse. This is on Verve and Arc, and it's 180 gram vinyl. I got it for $21 including shipping, and boy am I lucky. What an album. Start to finish, takes you on a journey, and for anybody that uses any mind-altering substances, pop this on. Enjoy the ride. Alright, that's all for now. Thanks for joining me. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll keep coming at you with videos like this. See ya!